after talking about great anxiety overnight just watching events. So let's speak now to Udi Goren. His cousin Tal was among those kidnapped by Hamas 3 weeks ago. And Udi, thank you for taking time to speak to us. I know this is likely to be very difficult for you, but as you watched overnight, just describe to me what you were going through.
First of all, thank you, Matthew, for having me and having this voice heard as well. Overnight, I think, was probably the first time when I couldn't really, hold it in. And I've been trying, through on interviews that I've given and when I express myself online, on social media, to be very level-minded with the situation. And last night was the first time that I just couldn't help myself but just swear at everyone in this government for bringing us to this point and not, at least on the outside, not doing everything they can to solve the situation. And there's as far as I'm concerned, as far as we're concerned, as far as the hostage families are concerned, it's unfathomable that this is not Israel's top priority, that there are ministers in the government that say that we should sacrifice these people for going after Hamas, that there are people that I'm only referring to government officials. What people say, people can say whatever they want, but referring to the fact that this is not Israel's top priority is just unimaginable. I mean, I'm sorry, go ahead.
And you really think that it is not the top priority? I was listening to the IDF and the Prime Minister's spokesman both today talking about targeting Hamas, but constantly saying that the release of the hostages was their priority. By listening to you, you don't believe that.
Do I need to tell you that politicians don't always do what they say they would? Obviously. I mean, I don't want to see them talk about this. I want to see them do something concrete about it. It's been published all over foreign media, not really in Israel, that there is a Qatari offer on the table and that Israel refuses to call a humanitarian ceasefire. Is it true? Is it not? Can we trust Qatar? Can we trust Hamas? I don't know. But when Israel strikes Gaza from the air, and, Justin had just told you in detail how intricate the underground city in Gaza is. And we know that at least some of the hostages are kept over there. And when they are shelling Gaza from the air with the definite intention of destroying these tunnels, how do they know that they're not bombing my cousin, that they didn't kill my cousin last night? How do they know this? I mean, there's no way they know what's happening in the underground tunnels. There's absolutely no way.
Yes, when they say they hit 150 underground tunnels, given exactly what you just said of the potential of your cousin being held within that must be absolutely excruciating to listen to endure.
Of course, we don't know. We haven't heard anything about his whereabouts, about his condition, and I'm speaking about my cousin because that's who I really care about first and foremost. But there are over 100 people held there, babies, children, demented old people. I mean, how are they supposed to survive this? I mean, Israel has endured about 1,400 deaths so far. There are 200 more lives on the line as we speak all the time. The only way to get them back safely and to get all of them without without saying that some of them are dispensable is to stop the war and get humanitarian ceasefire and make sure they're back. And if we do that, and then Hamas doesn't stick to their word, or Hamas or Qatar doesn't stick to their word, okay, fine, I've got nothing to say. Then we've got to go after them as hard as we can. But right now, we have the upper hand. We're on the offensive. We're not on the defensive. We have the situation contained, and we can call the shot. And right now we're striking from the air every single day when we don't know where my cousin is, where we don't know where over 200 hostages are, and we don't know if any of our bombs is killing them.
Really briefly, because I'm nearly out of time, but you think they should not have started this ground incursion. They should have given more space for whatever negotiations were going on. Is that what you're saying?
Absolutely. I mean, they keep saying this is going to be a long-term war. We have to take down Hamas. We have to do, if we are going to take down Hamas, this is going to be a new regional status quo. This is not going to happen within a week, within a month, within 6 months. This is something that needs all the major powers in the area to be involved. And that's why we could hold for now. Stop the fighting, stop the war, get our hostages out in any cost, and then take care of Hamas. Then when we don't have a knife to our throats, then we could do whatever we need to keep ourselves safe. But right now, we cannot afford ourselves as a Western democracy that holds human lives above all. We cannot uphold, we have to uphold the value of human lives,
yes.
Top priority.
Udi, I know it's been very, very difficult for you to speak to us, given what you said right in your first answer, but I'm glad you have. Thank you very much, and good luck in the coming hours.